Stand ready for my arrival, worm.
So she killed the snake. So what? If I find her, she'll be begging for mercy.
You're talking about me.
But since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for
Transformers Rise of the Beast.
What?
did not care for
Transformers Rise of the Beast.
How can you even say that, Dad?
didn't like it.
With a lot of Transformers movies, it's really hard to find things to talk about because, like, at this point, what already hasn't been said. But I feel like Rise of the Beast kind of came and went, flew under the radar because Transformers 1 was so good, there's no point in addressing it. But I'm gonna address it. Now, I'm not gonna say this movie's bad straight up. We've seen what bad looks like.
We've got a pre-existing juvenile foundation relationship. Statute 2705-3.
No, Optimus!
This isn't that. I think it's more that I'm just disappointed in the product that was created, like especially after Bumblebee. You can just tell, like when you're watching the movie, that there's a lot missing. Like the Decepticons are basically non-existent. In fact, there's a deleted scene with a Decepticon that they just removed.
Where is your ship?
Destroyed it to leave you with no possible escape.
And I guess the Autobots decided to split up once they got to Earth. Even though in the post-credit scene of Bumblebee, you can clearly see that they're all relatively landing in the same spot. Optimus Prime's character arc is overcoming his prejudice against humans. Bumblebee in this movie, the character that was like, had his own movie before this, he dies for trailer bait. I don't even think we're 30 minutes into the movie when he dies. You can't give me like a real narrative reason for why Bumblebee had to die there, and then he comes back to life at the end. Like, it didn't even matter.
Not on my watch.
No!
I don't know who, after all the development he had in the first movie, thought he needed to be killed off for the majority of the sequel. The humans in this movie are like, they're not as bad as the Bayverse humans. Like, I'm not gonna put them on that level. That's just a different kind of person. But I will say they're also far from as good as the human main characters in Bumblebee. I don't think we'll ever reach the heights that we did with John Cena.
What are your talents, Fred?
I'm a good singer.
No!
The designs are kind of back. It's like they either like A+, 10 out of 10, no notes, or what am I even looking at? But luckily there aren't that many that are that terrible. It's just like, and I really want to like this one, especially because it's not whatever they were doing after Dark of the Moon. But I also don't really care about the characters by the end. It's like throughout the whole movie, they barely give you like any depth for anyone besides Mirage and Optimus. Is that the only way they could think to get butts in seats is a dead Bumblebee? Like, they did this last time with The Last Knight. I don't know if anybody actually cared when they saw that trailer. I thought Bumblebee was gonna die. And I remember actually crying about it. So I can understand that, like, kids now, seeing Bumblebee literally get stabbed and then be dead for most of the film can be pretty mortifying. I think Mirage has shown the most character and personality throughout the entire movie than any of the other Transformers.
I don't think we can hold these guys.
Besides, like,
Stratosphere! Lord of the skies!
and he's barely there. I can't even like put him on the character list because he just is like a vessel for them to travel the world with. Anyways, Mirage is basically the same guy the whole movie, and he died. There's almost no development because he was capable of trusting humans from the very beginning. It was just Optimus who was the racist one. Like, his death was so predictable. He's the only character who has emotional resonance with the audience the entire movie, and they already killed Bumblebee. So if there was a silver lining for this movie, I'm glad that we got like a character like Mirage who isn't represented that much.
The key!
You would think, after having a character that's already been perfected in another piece of media they created, they would be able to just do it again, kinda. But no, RC's like flat as paper in this movie. Like, I know Transformers movies have this thing where like female Transformers are like almost not talked about. Like, there's one in Revenge of the Fallen. I wish she got a bigger role in this movie, but at this point they're treating it like a privilege that we even got her in the first place.
And Mrs. Cow, take that bag off your udder. You're a beautiful girl. You live in the forest.
So why don't you just let it hang out? Yo, put that bag back on!
I don't know how you can do something this wrong, fix it, and then ruin it again, completely again, in a different way. Like, I can't even say that it's hard to get Wheeljack in live action anymore. I feel like they're doing it on purpose. They are making Wheeljack look like a loser nerd because that's like his thing, is that he invents stuff in these movies. And I think it's stupid. He's the smart one, but he can still look cool for no actual reason. I feel like they just like making him ugly. I don't even think I'm going to count them as individuals because there's only 2 of them that actually have speaking lines, unless you count Cheetor, who has 1.
Sorry about scaring you, brother.
I think all of them have 1 recorded transformation the entire film. They just choose to look like big robot animals, and it's not like an in disguise thing. They like were literally worshipped back when they were like in the public eye. Honestly, I think the beasts part of this movie is why it didn't work the most. That and
We attempted to negotiate, but
Unicron.
he asked too high a price.
Well, what does he want?
What did he ask?
The key.
Alright, so the plot of this movie, Transformer Galactus needs a MacGuffin key to travel across the universe and eat planets faster. So he sends his 3 robot goons to get it off Earth and like a CGI army every once in a while. The Terracons are so lame just because like they're flatter than the Decepticons and Bumblebee, and they aren't any like established group that is in the universe they've set up already. I know who the Terracons are. I know who Unicron is. But I guarantee you that Timmy, who saw Bumblebee like 4 years ago and is now 8 years old, does not. You can make a simple Transformers story without also including characters that only the diehard fans know. And I mean, I'm not gonna say that only diehard fans know who Unicron is, but why is he in the second movie? And I don't really like the fact this random Unicron attack just so happens to be happening at the same time the Transformers landed on Earth. Like, what if they showed up in 2007? Like, these Transformers, they showed up in 2007. There would just be no planet left, because Unicron would have won immediately. I just think there's too much coincidence happening in this story, especially when the overarching plot already seemed kind of right in front of them when they made the first movie. And I really have nothing to say about the Terracons because there's no subtext to them. There's no like personality, character. They don't even like seem like fun evil. They're just evil, all caps, no subtext. And then they all die in gruesome ways, and Optimus Prime rips the main leader's head off.
To show you the real power of a Prime.
And then Unicron is like, I'll get you next time, Transformers.
I promise I'll get you next time.
Or something. Like, I almost feel like we're right back where we started, with Transformers almost hanging on by a thread every year while we hope they do something good with it. But I feel like in 2026, we're not going to see much Transformers marketing at all. I mean, we're probably still going to get toys because that's just a money-making machine. But I don't think we're going to get a lot of media regarding Transformers unless it's like comic books or any written media. I love these characters, but contrary to popular belief, these characters require depth to retain audiences, and I don't know why that's hard to understand. We can't just make a car turn into a robot and call it a day anymore. We did that 5 times, and it stopped working the 3rd time. If you like this video, that'd be really cool. And if you didn't like this video, I'm going to take it super personally and cry. Bye.
G.I. Joe.
That was really bad.